Good morning, children. I continue my lesson, Urban Administration. Second project work for this lesson, children. On A4 sheet, list any 5 achievements of the municipal corporation in your city. And then you submit in Google Classroom. Children, in the previous class, I discussed elections, composition, decision making structure and main functions of the municipal corporation. Today in this class, I discuss about optional functions. The municipal corporation also has certain optional functions which it may or may not discharge. They include construction and maintenance of public parks, gardens, libraries, museums, rest houses, homes for people with leprosy, orphanages and rescue homes for women. Planting and maintenance of roadside trees, providing housing for low income groups, providing a cheap and efficient transport system, conducting surveys, organizing public receptions and exhibitions, and promoting welfare schemes for municipal employees. To perform all these functions, the municipal corporation needs money. The sources for this money include taxes collected from the people such as water tax, road tax, property tax, vehicle tax, service tax collected from shopkeepers, toll tax for using bridges and roads, entertainment tax collected from movie halls and cable TV operators, and education tax. Not only taxes, grants received from the state government is also one of the sources of income. Next important one, municipal council or municipality. The body which governs cities with a population less than 10 lakhs but more than 50,000 is known as municipal council or municipality. Cities governed by municipal councils too are divided into a number of wards. The people each ward elect and send a member to the municipality. They are elected for a period of 5 years. A municipal commissioner appointed by the state government heads the council. The functions of a municipal council are the same as that of a municipal corporation. Let's move to Nagar Panchayats. Those areas which are in the process of changing from rural to urban are governed by special bodies known as Nagar Panchayat. The members of a Nagar Panchayat are elected from various wards of the town for a period of 5 years. They look after sanitation, water supply, primary education, housing, health care and the maintenance of public parks and buildings. What are the advantages of local self-government? Local self-government in both rural and urban areas has many advantages. It ensures effective utilization of local resources. It ensures efficient management of local affairs as local people understand their problems best. Local self-government takes the benefits of democracy to the grassroots. If managed effectively, local self-government can result in the faster and more balanced development of an area than when it is left to just the central government. It is a good training ground for future political leaders in a democracy. Administering an area locally is far less expensive than administering it from a distant places. Okay children, thank you.